everybody, welcome back to Devils United. But I'll do something a little bit different. I'm doing my WSL team of the season with a little bit of a twist. So the twist is we can only have one player per team in the squad. So if people are saying, well, Honor's in it, why is not Letitia in it? Why is not both? That's the rules. Only one per club. Not to say that I'm going to be picking Honor, by the way. It's just depending on how the actual thing goes. But we will get onto it very shortly. Just before we do, I'll just say hello to everyone who is in the chat. Good evening, Reese. Thank you for coming into the chat. Hope you are well. Just as Reese said, hit the like, share, subscribe button. And as he said as well, go and check out the membership. Hey there, Luca. Thank you for coming in. I hope that you are well. Hey there, Rather. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're well. Prime Lucia Garcia. We're not yet seeing Lucia Garcia in a prime as of yet, so who knows? Maybe we might be able to see Lucia in a prime very, very soon. We'll just have to see. Question, Maisy, which will be the hardest to choose for in your team of the season for club? Personally, for me, I would probably have to say Reading and Brighton, just because there isn't, for me, not many standout players from either side. So I think that is going to be the more difficult one. Before I do get into the team, I will actually show some breaking news regarding Brighton. Good evening, not Brighton, Reading, sorry. Good evening, Niall. Thank you for coming into the chat. I hope you are well. Here she is. Here I am. Hey there, Julio. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. I already know my Brighton edition, at least for me. Yeah, we already know yours is Poppy Patterson, I believe. So we'll see who goes into mine. If I get Brighton, by the way, I may not even get them. Hey there, Paul. Thank you for coming in. Hope you are well. Just as Niall said as well, hit the like, share, subscribe, join the membership as well. Question, Maisy, who are your standout keepers in the WSL? From Rather. Mary Ertz will have to be a big one. I think she's been fantastic, especially in the first half of the season. Leipzig from Leicester. I think she's been a great addition in the second half of the season for the Leicester team. I'd have to go for Berger from Chelsea, just because I think Berger is an outstanding goalkeeper. She has had quite a bit of background, having cancer in the past, and she still managed to get back up and get back into the fantastic player that she is. And I actually think the Brighton goalkeeper is pretty good. I believe the Brighton goalkeeper, I think she's called Megan Walsh. She's quite stocky. But I actually, as well, Rather, I don't mind your second choice goalkeeper. I think she's called Kirby. So I think she's not bad. What are the rules, Maisy? Do you need to pick one or the other? No, Niall, you can only pick one player per club. So you can only pick one Manchester United player, one Manchester City player, one Chelsea player, etc., etc. You can only pick one. But the clubs are coming out of random, so there will be a club that doesn't get chosen. That's very understandable. Reading news is sad. Yeah, with that, I will get into the Reading news. So here is the Reading news. After their relegation from the Barclays WSL, Reading have confirmed they will be switching from on a part-time basis from 2023-24. It is a bit of a shame to see that, just because for me, Brighton, they actually haven't been a bad team in the WSL. I'd say since around 2015-16, they have been underdogs. They finished 5th several times in the season. They've been getting points where people wouldn't expect them to do. They're a physical, tough team. And even Kelly Chambers, the manager, she said, we're literally going off shoestrings of budget. And that's not always going to work in the WSL. And I agree with what she's saying because it will only take you so far. Having a very small budget in the WSL, what they have done and the length of time they've been there is absolutely remarkable. Especially knowing that the Reading men team have been relegated to League One, there's going to be even less budget, even if they was to stay in WSL. So they've lost quite a lot of money as the club overall. They're in an absolute mess in general. And especially knowing that they are going to be part time, I do genuinely think that I don't think for me that they are going to come back up anytime soon, because there is teams already in the championship who are fully pro. So if there is some fully pro teams in there already, they've got a much bigger advantage compared to less Reading, who are coming to semi pro. So it is a shame to see that. Mm, yes, Maze, I knew it, Julio. It's one club, one player. Exactly, yes. Hey there, to our Lumber. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Maze, will you credit anyone from Sitter? Yeah, I'll be crediting people. You'll hear who I'll credit. Hey there, Liam. Hope you are well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there, Ian. Thank you for coming in and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Missy Bowl, Liverpool. To Alum said goalkeeper Mary. I think Mays will pick Burger. Reading as a whole from Julio is a mess with sanctions, transfer bans, and relegation for the men's team already. Imagine how bad it is for the women's. Exactly. I just think for me, they've done a remarkable job with what they've got. Hi guys, I'm a Darlington FC fan. We made bankrupt in 2011, reformed in 2012, demoted leagues. We are currently part-time fan-owned National League club. We have had 3 promotions to date. That's fantastic. There's like a National League team near mine. I'm not too sure if you've heard of it, Ian. FC United. That's actually like I'd say it's about 10 minutes from me. And I think for me, having that fan owned, I think it can work for the national teams. But it's absolutely fantastic to have all different fans in the chat. They're definitely not coming back. Shame, really. Is lack of investment why Brighton are part time? No, Brighton are not part time. It's Reading that are part time. And yeah, I'd say it is probably investment. Always a shame when a team goes from professional to part time, and it is a shame. And I just think for me, the owners of Reading just don't give a crap, if you want me to be honest. And it's a shame when it just gets to the point where you just don't care. I'm gonna actually put it as a banner as well that rules 1 player per club at random. So I put it here as a ticker because that is the rules. I don't want to repeat myself throughout the stream. So yeah, let's go to the wheel. So here's the wheel. Got everyone in there from Chelsea, Man United, all the way down to Reading. So I could literally get anybody in this wheel, and I've got to do it, Anna. So, FC United happened due to the Glazers taking over United there in the National League North. Yes, that's correct. I think it formed in around 2005. And it's mostly people who's come from anti-Glazers, and I know a few people who have put in some shares for FC United as well. So yeah, it is due to the Glazers. Wheel of Fortune, yes, Wheel of Fortune indeed, guys. So, we'll do a quick shuffle, and then we will pick the first team. God help me, I hope it's not a team that is going to be difficult. Is this like a serious joke that I have got to like praise my rival first out of all teams that I have to rival? I have to do. I have got to praise Manchester City. Thanks very much, Wheel. I know exactly what you're playing at doing this. So Man City is now removed off the wheel because there is not going to be any more than one. So I've gone with the traditional 4-3-3 formation just because I like that formation the best. I think it'll probably work the best. Boo from Julio. Hey there, Indian Scouser. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. And hey there, Liverpool fan for life. Hope you are well. Thank you for coming into the chat. So Manchester City, they have. To be fair, when you're looking at Manchester City, they have underperformed this season. The first time they ever been in a Champions League spot for 9 years, they have lost a lot of people, such as Stanway, such as Kira Walsh, Lucy Bronze. They've lost a hell of a lot of people. And they have had a few incomings, but they haven't been the same. There has been a couple of standout players for me. Alex Greenwood is an obvious choice. I think she's come as a great leader in the back line. Bunny Shaw is another one. As much as I'm not a fan of Bunny Shaw, she's got the massive goal contribution for a team that doesn't really. For a team for me that doesn't, with wingers that doesn't like to provide, just as Manchester United's men's team, they like to cut in and try and shoot. So that doesn't really help Bunny Shaw's case. They have had Esme Morgan coming through from the academy. I think Angie Dow's been fantastic. So is Hasiwana. But I'm actually going to go for one what people aren't expecting. I hope this is... I'm going to go for what people aren't expecting here. And the one that I am going to go for is going to be Steph Horton. The reason why I'm going to go for Steph Horton in this case is I do personally think for me with Steph is a lot of people have wrote her off just because of her age, because she isn't in the England squad anymore. I think she's been very, very important to the team this season, especially knowing they've had a fair few injuries, knowing that the back line's quite disrupted. Her injuries have stabilised a lot. She's been fantastic in the captain's set. Her tackles have been immense. She's very, very fast. And I think for me, I'd personally say she's probably been Manchester City's best player. Hey there, Static. Thank you for coming in. Hope you are well. 12 likes, hit the like and subscribe. It's me, Jordan. I changed my name. Okay, fair enough, Jordan. Thanks for coming in. Haha, Maisy, lol. Gonna choose keeper, rope. Am I heck, rather? You should know me too well by now. I would not pick Ellie Roebuck. Very smart choice. She's a leader, absolutely. Great choice. A leader and a fighter, underrated technical player. Yeah, exactly. I think for me, she's one of them type of centre-backs who can do both. And I do think, just as you've mentioned here, she is very unlucky not to get into the England squad. But I do personally think the reason why she hasn't got into the England squad is due to the outburst that she's made. About she wanted to come into the England squad, and she's saying, Zarina, I want you to tell me now, am I in it or am I not? Hey there to my dad, thank you for coming in, hope you are well. So first player's already on there, Man City. I guess in a way, it's kind of good that the first one, the rival is out, one of the rivals is out the way. And then I don't have to worry about thinking about Man City for the future, I guess. So we'll go now on to the wheel again, and we'll give it a bit of a shuffle. I'm hoping it's a better team, but... Is this a joke? Oh, Brian! Brighton I've got now. Oh, seriously. Oh. Brighton. I've got Brighton. Oh. So I'm going to go for the... You know what? I'm just going to say as it is. There hasn't been many good players for Brighton. It's as simple as that. There hasn't been. I do think for me that there has been some good players. Julio is a fan of Poppy Patterson. Lee, I believe she's called. She's quite good up front, but she's nowhere near as good as other strikers who were in the the WSL. The goalkeeper Walsh, she isn't bad. She's quite stocky. She's one of them type of goalkeepers you wouldn't really mess with them. But for me, their best player this season will be Katie Robinson. I think she has been crucial in that line for Brighton. She's one of them kind of players where she's been one of the type of players for me where she likes to be fed to. She can provide. She can play anywhere in that front line. She's quite. I know she's been looked at as a striker and a midfielder before, but I think she's really found her way as a right winger. And I think for me, she's massively improved at Brighton because she wasn't really looked at beforehand. So I'd have to go for Katie Robinson. I think it's the most obvious choice to pick by a mile, that's for sure. Let me help you with 3 options from Julio. Good choice, and she was nice when we met her about Steph Orton. Yes, she was, because me and Dad was finishing from the pub, and we was walking, and Steph Orton was like, she walked past us, she looked like she was like in a mood, she was down kind of thing, and you can imagine so, she's just lost a game, and I just turned around and said, Steph, and then I said, good game. And I think that's how it should be. And she said, she just fist bumped me and she said, thank you so much. Did she fist bump me or give me a hand? It was one of the two. And she said, thank you so much. And I think it helped her a lot. But she just casually walked like on the street, like it was just like normal for her. And it just feel like in football, you don't see that these days. Hey there, dads. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. I'm well, thank you very much. If she didn't have the injury issues and the temper, she'd get the spot. She hasn't had an injury for quite a while. I just think it's more because of the current situation of that she did be outspoken. Maisy having a nightmare. Brighton, their Amex card. Player of the Year, Katie Robinson. Unsung hero, Elizabeth Turland. Up and coming, Poppy Patterson, good left back. My dad has said Katie Robinson as well. There's no way strikers get ahead of Beth England 2 or Daly. I don't watch Brighton, so no comment. Rachel is my Chelsea pick ahead of Kerr, who is my favourite for Chelsea. Not happy may state this, but jokes aside, I agree with Robinson was an obvious choice. Well, hopefully I'll impress you a bit later on, Julio. Dads, I'm sorry to hear you're still not well. Hopefully you feel a little bit better in the next coming days or weeks or so. So we still got the wheel. We've still got decent teams in there. So as it stands, it looks like a decent team could be actually like getting out, like not getting picked. So let's see for the next one. You know what, right? This is just getting from bad to worse. I've got Everton. I've got Everton now. Like, Everton. Everton. The wheel is doing me some favours. You know what, Rabbit? I did choose the challenge, but Everton. Come on, wheel. Like, you could be helping me out a little bit here, but Everton. Got one I'm going to mention is Emily Ramsey, our lone goalkeeper who came to Everton. I think she's been absolutely spectacular. She was shown that she should be in the England squad, even if it's the third choice. So she should be the number 1 goalkeeper at any club, realistically, who I think is at a decent to middle class club. Denison has been very well this season. She played quite well. to be honest, I'm just gonna go straight to it because again, I can't think of many Everton players, so I'm just gonna say it as it is. Jess Park, who I had as one of the best young players of the year, she can play up front as well, but she is better in the midfield in the 10 role. She can play as a winger, so she is quite versatile. I think for me with Jess Park is she's come as a loanee from Manchester City, and I think the Everton's problem is that they didn't have anyone who could really provide, who is really able to score. She's great with a pace. She's been fantastic in counter-attacking goals. You can tell that she wants to be fed to. She wants to get the goals. She wants to cross the ball. It feels like this season for Everton, they have built that team around Jess Park, which realistically is that a good idea? No, because she's just a loanee. But knowing she's getting into that England squad, knowing that she is a fantastic player, would you want to go to Manchester City, knowing that how well you're doing at Everton? And I'd probably say no, either. So that's my option. The wheel is not doing me no favours. Jess Park from my dad. Ravi said Jess Park as well. May's having to pick players from Red and Blue Scousers. Definitely Jess Park. That's a good choice as well, Julio. I didn't actually think of it, to be honest. Katia. Hey there. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. Don't watch the women much. Hello to yourself. Thank you so much for coming in. Everton dodgy team. Liverpool should have beaten them. Could the heck, Ravi? Could the heck? Hey there, Chloe. Hope you are well. Thanks for coming in. Chloe agrees. Jess Park. I'm sorry about that. I don't know much about WSL. Don't need to apologise. It's great that you've come to support. Really appreciate you coming into the chat. So let's go on to the wheel again. Hoping now this time, like it does do me a tiny bit more favours because I've had Everton, I've had City, Everton, City, and Brighton. So it's not looking well for me right now. So I'm gonna do another shuffle. I'm hoping that I'll just get like someone decent, but finally, a decent team that I've got. I've got Aston Villa to choose from. So we'll get the lineup back up again. And I think with Aston Villa, they have definitely done fantastic this season. The owners have heavily backed the Carla Ward. She's got an extension for it as well. And I do think for me, there has been some fantastic players in that Aston Villa side. Kirsty Janssen has ripped up Aston Villa, and it looks like she is going to probably she's going to most likely for me probably sign permanently. Jordan Nobbs coming from January has been fantastic. Another one, I think Kenzie Darley's been very well this season. But I think this is going to be very obvious who I'm going to pick. It's going to be the Golden Boot winner, Rachel Daly. She can play absolutely anywhere on that pitch. Absolutely anywhere. She is a fantastic finisher. And I think for me, she is outstanding. Like, I think she has proved a lot of people wrong coming into this season that a lot of people have only seen her as a left back. So I think people probably look to her and think she's only good enough to be a left back. So I think she's proved a lot of people wrong that she can play more than just a left back. Maisy never gives Liverpool credit. Shameless. Why would I give Liverpool credit, rather? Come on. Liverpool or Arsenal from Reese laughing. Hey there to my friend Big Dips. Hope you're well, my friend. Thanks for coming in. And I'm not very happy that you tagged me in that I'm not very happy you tagged me in that day of mistakes. You gave me nightmares last night. I was wondering why I couldn't sleep, and then I got reminded of the day of mistakes. Thanks for coming in. Rachel Flaming Daly from Reese. Chloe has also said Rachel Daly. Maze, if Missy Bo don't get picked, I demand a recount. My dad has said Rachel Daly, although I'm biased. Layman. I'm literally mind baffled because Julia said Layman as well. Like, why are you guys picking Layman? Look, I don't think she's that good. Me personally, I think she's very lazy. Like all the games I've watched of Aston Villa, I probably watched near enough every game of Aston Villa this season, and I genuinely think she is a very lazy player. She doesn't track back. I think she's only got her dribbles about her, but I'd like your opinion as to why you picked Layman. Nobbs, Daly from Twalumbo, great choices. Daly has to be the choice. No one on Chelsea, maybe Toon. Yeah, we haven't gone for United or Chelsea as of yet, but maybe soon. Because she's good. But why is she good, Julio? Layman for a dribbling, that's it. Yeah, but you said about a biasing, you'd pick Layman. So you pick her based off dribbling. It's not fair. It's not on her football abilities. To be fair, right? I'd literally pick Layman if she was still a Douglas Louise, but she isn't, so I couldn't pick her. So let's go on to the net wheel again. So here it is. We'll do a shuffle again, and we will see who we get. Thank. Oh! Oh! I'm getting to the point where I feel like I'm getting mocked. I genuinely think I am getting mocked. I've got Liverpool. Oh, now I've got bloody credit Liverpool. Oh, crikey almighty. Oh dear. So let's have a think. There is from Liverpool, their number 2 goalkeeper, Kirby. She's played pretty well. Stengel, she's pretty good. Kerry Holland, I think she's an outstanding player. I'm torn between 2 right now. The 2 I'm torn between is Missy Bowl Kearns and Megan Campbell. They're the 2 that I'm torn between. I don't know whether to choose out a Missy Bowl or Campbell. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'll go for Missy Bowl. Just because I do think for me is with Missy Bowl, I think when she doesn't play, you can tell the difference of how Liverpool doesn't really play very well. I think Megan Campbell is great in some qualities, but she probably isn't the player, the best player for me right now. So yeah, I'll go for Missy Bowl. I think if there was several more injuries, she could have potentially got into that England squad, perhaps. Do you think England will win? Chloe, do you think England will win? I hope so, but I don't know. England will get past 16. Is that your how can I say? Your agenda comes out because we beat you in the Euros. Chloe, I think we have a good chance. Yeah, absolutely. England will get quarterfinals at least from static. I hope so, to be honest. Called it. Missy Bow. What WTF? I know I've got the worst teams to do it so far, so I'm hoping it'll be very nice to me now. Liverpool players respin. Mays, don't be tired. It's Missy Bow. I agree, especially Leah and Beth out. They are Liverpool. They are Liverpool. We're not doing it. I don't know any Liverpool women players. Missy Mays, choose Campbell to man rather. Amazing old ball. Yeah, Kirby 200%, absolutely. So let's do the next wheel. I'm just hoping this wheel starts being nice to me because there's more better teams now than there is bad teams. So I think, I don't know, I think it's a bit 50-50 right now. So I'm just hoping that it just makes me feel a little better, a little tiny bit better. Oh, Chelsea, that's a lot more easier. Thank God for that. I've got Chelsea. So there is a few players for Chelsea who potentially could get into there. So Chelsea, One you'd say would be Lauren James. I think Lauren James has really stepped up, especially with the level of injuries. She's I think for me she has improved a lot on her qualities. I think she's improved in terms of crossing along passes. I think she has been the best young player this season. Pernell Harder has been a fantastic player this season too. I think she has been very versatile going into Kirby's role, playing as a striker when needed. I know she's had a few injuries, but I think when she has played, she has been absolutely magnificent. Eriksson, who is leaving, as well as Pernell Harder, both to Bayern Munich, I think she has been a solid in the back, especially knowing that Millie Bright has had injuries and realistically, Chelsea hasn't had a proper centre back partnership this season, and Berger is another strong option who you could put there. For me, I think it's gonna be easier. I'm gonna go for Guru Rachin. By far Chelsea's best player this season. Is that gonna let me put it in? Yeah, she's been by far Chelsea's best player this season, and I think for me, because there's been so many other players who's performed in the past, she has been overlooked. I think for me, she's doing all the work that is needed to get Chelsea over the line. So I do think without her, it could have been a completely different title race because she's been crossing, she's great with her shooting, she's great with. I think there's not a lot of things that Rachel couldn't do into the team. So I think for me, she was up there for one of the best players of the season. Also, I think she's been absolutely magnificent. Does the Women's World Cup start in July from Liam? Yeah, I believe so. I think it starts around the start of July, I believe. Man United or Chelsea called it again, didn't you? Lol Mays crediting Liverpool. Am I dreaming? Liverpool, England can make it far to quarterfinal semi. I really hope so, to be honest. Julio, position filling up. Choose wisely, Mays. I will choose as wisely as possible. Spurs I'm going for Neville, Rachel 100%. I'm hoping we won't, but will depend on after the group stage. Rachel again from Chloe. Robbie's gone for Harder. James overrated. Gone to Bayern. Yes, she has. If Sam Kerr had a good season, I would have picked her, but she gets player of the match awards for doing nothing. So she hasn't had a good season. It's raging for me. Carried Chelsea to the UCL semi-finals. I'd also say she carried them to the league title as well. And I think for me with Sam Kerr, as much as he's not had a good season, it's been one of them where even if she just had one shot, she still have it in goal. That's how much of a good striker she is. She hasn't been at the best of forms, don't get me wrong, but she's still one of them kind of players you need to look out for. A Rangers women also went to Bayern. Yes, she is also called Sam Kerr, who has gone to Bayern Munich. So Bayern Munich is really stacking up in their midfield, and that just shows the level of competition they want to do. They want to They want to win the league titles constantly. They want to go and get that Champions League for that season because they got knocked out by Arsenal. Raching from my dad. I think Kerr and Kirby are the best two forwards. Absolutely fantastic. They both are. 20th. Wow, that starts pretty late. 20th of July, doesn't it, Chloe? I wasn't expecting 20th of July. I was expecting like the 4th, 5th July, but bloody hell, 20th of July is a long time away. Jack Butland got 0 minutes played for United. I know. It's a shame, I would have literally at least give him like half a game or bring him on as a sub or something, especially for the final game. I just don't understand how he didn't get a single game. There was no point in loaning him out, to be honest. So we'll do the next team now. Doing that bit of a shuffle again. I'm just hoping it just stays nice to me now. Leicester. You know what? I'm happy with Leicester. I will take Leicester. Well, I'm actually pretty happy with Leicester. If you want me to be honest, as much as people probably think why you're happy with Leicester, I'm actually pretty glad I've got Leicester because they are a lot better than picking some other teams in there. So with Leicester, they have improved in the second half of this season, especially. I do think Ruby Mace has done well in that DM role. I think Carrie Jones has stepped up in the second half of the season, especially Willie Kirk finding, for me, probably her best position there. Plumetry, I think she's pronounced as. She's been very well too. But the one I'm going to go for, I think it's going to be the easiest one. I'm going to go for Leipzig, the goalkeeper, because minus Mary Earp, she's been by far the best goalkeeper this season. She's carried, for me, Leicester into getting them out of relegation. And I do personally think, in my opinion, is if she never went to Leicester, I personally think that they would have got relegated this season. She's great with a shot stopping, great with a distribution. I think for me, they weren't getting battered when they had her in the team. You look at how many goals they conceded since they've come. I think she's been a magnificent goalkeeper, and she does want first choice player. That's understandable with the quality she's got. She's not going to get that at Bayern Munich. So I do think, for me, Leipzig, she should well deservedly get into first choice goalkeeper, wherever that will be. If that's going back to Leicester, and I know she's linked to Manchester United in the for this summer, but I don't think she'll get number one unless Mary Earps was to leave. But I think she would be absolute fantastic competition for Mary Earps. So let's have a see. I would have picked her for the winner versus United, rather. He will get minutes next season. He will win the league. When he will yeah, it does, and finish 20th of August. Wow. That is crazy. Like, it feels like it's just like so late this year. I don't understand why. I don't know if it's because of the time zones or something. Zaha linked to the Saudi. Yeah, I actually heard about that. I wasn't too sure why, because from what I've heard is he is prioritising Champions League clubs, but he wouldn't say no to Saudi, which it just sounds like another Ronaldo, I must be honest. United or Leicester called it. Leicester will be good. Zaha won't go. I think Zaha's on a free. I don't think he renewed his contract. One for each team. Yeah, it's one for each team that I have to pick, which I've kind of made it more difficult than it should have been for me. Leipzig for the goalkeeper, agreed with Chloe there. Benzema going to the Saudi. Yep, he's confirmed that he is going to. Which for me is let's just say I'm really shocked by it. I wasn't expecting Benzema to go to the Saudi League, and it just feels like to the point where it's like the media are trying to push the Saudi League into one of the biggest leagues now, which I don't think it should be, just because Ronaldo went there. Hi Luca, I'm well, thank you. Hope you are well too. Arsenal are getting Rice and Casado from Niall. Niall in the chat is like Fabrizio Romano here. Watch United be the team Maisy is forced to miss out on from Julio. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Most likely, especially Mays chooses between Honor and Maya. Needing 4 more quality signings to compete that team. That's quality. Who's our first signing? I'd probably have to say Mason Mount. But I know that he does. Ten Hag wants his signings done by pre-season. I am a fan of Mason Mount, so I would be glad for him to come to Manchester United. And I think the midfield is definitely something that needs attention to, because it's been especially lacking more in the more recent games for Manchester United. So to have that more energetic, younger midfielder, it'll work massively for us. Question, Mays, do you see British players moving abroad in women's football? We've seen a few. Stanway, Bronze, Kira Walsh. They're all Caroline Ware. A lot of players are moving to bigger league. Not necessarily to bigger leagues, but to bigger clubs who are going into the Champions League. And that's why I always say is it's always Champions League or nothing when players are yet to be convinced. Kante go to Saudi for 100 mil. I think it's with the ones who are meant to be winning, who's won the league. And that is absolutely crazy as well. Like, Kante, another one, I think he could still get into quite a few teams. Right back, centre half, left back, and midfielder. Transfer Maisy is the only Fabrizio Romano. I sent Ravi a picture from Slow Sports News. I don't know how impressed with me he was, because I told him it was the latest Liverpool news. I don't know how happy Ravi was at that at me though. We'll go to the next team. Arsenal. Actually, I'm pretty happy again. I've got Arsenal out of all teams, so we'll see how we do with Arsenal. Just because, again, Arsenal they're in the top three again. However, with Arsenal is that they've had a fair few injuries. They've lost out on fantastic players such as Miedema, Beth Mead. They've had Jabit, who's got an injury. They've had 4 ACLs. And I think that is extremely difficult to manage on, I must be honest. So they've always had to have different players, a different lineup, a different starting 11. I think for me, Rafaela has been fantastic in the centre back role. She has been a rock there for Arsenal. Blackstenius and Palova, 2 attacking threats there, which I do think is Blackstenius. She did have a dry spot at one point, but she has been their main source of striking. Palova is a consistent creative player, and she has moved into different positions to suit Arsenal and to help Jonas out. Waldy, another midfielder, I think she's been fantastic as well as Mangum, but the one who I'm gonna go for would be Katie McCabe. I think for me with McCabe, she's been their most consistent player this season. She has literally done everything that she can to help the team. She's playing as a winger. She's playing as a midfielder. She's playing as a fullback. For me, I'd say the fullback is the best role for McCabe. Sorry, but the thing is with McCabe, she is an old-fashioned player where she's kind of one of them where if she was in your team, you would like her, but knowing that she's not in your team, you don't like her because she is a very physical, dirty player. And I think the physicalness does help out the team. And even when she was going in a boot after the UCL, I think it was the semi-final one against Wolfsburg, she still managed to come back for that second leg. So I think for me, McCabe has been an absolute solid player this season. West Ham or Spurs, you are wrong this time, Reese. Luca, we have Arsenal. I got this one wrong, I'm shocked. My dad has said McCabe. Chloe as well said McCabe. Twalumba said McCabe only. Reese said easy McCabe. Now said McCabe. Nate's always so shameless with the Liverpool jokes. Arsenal overrated. They will struggle next season. Twalumba said Gio as well. Well, the Liverpool men's team. I love that. She's a 90s player with 2020. Exactly. That's the thing that I do. I completely agree with McCabe. She is a 90s player with a physicality, but she has adapted to her abilities in modern day football as well. McCabe, what team? Arsenal she plays for. Hey there, Vincent. Thanks for coming in. I hope you are well. So we'll go now on to the next team. We've only got 4 teams left. West Ham, Reading, Man United, Tottenham. So we'll go on to that now. Please be a good team. Yes, at last. Thank you so much. Thank you so bloody much, Wheel of Fortune. You've helped me out fantastically. So let's go back onto the squad. So we've still got a fair few, well, 3 more roles to do. Man United. Let's be real here. We've had some fantastic players. We've already talked about Mary Earps being one of the best goalkeeper. Letitia has been outstanding. Hayley Ladd has been absolutely brilliant. She has been a rock in that midfield, helping out the defenders going forward. She is improving every single day. Leah Galton is the best she's ever had in terms of goals, assists. She's tracks back. She's the best winger in the league, without a doubt. We've got some super subs there: Lucia Garcia, Rachel Williams. The whole team this season has been a fantastic team, and we have so rightly deserved Champions League football. I am going to go for. You know who I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for Katie Zellum, because she has been an absolute leader in that line. I think she's been fantastic. And I do think, for me, with Katie Zellum, without Katie Zellum, I don't think we'd be the same team. People are too slow at the moment. You know what? I'm kidding. I'm going for Honor. I wouldn't have really picked Katie Zellum. So, yeah, Honor. It's a shame that she's going to be leaving. It's quite sad to see, because she is a world-class player. She's still only very young. So hopefully, I think there's still that small glimmer of hope she does stay. But if she was to go, I think it does create a massive dent in that back line for us. Reading United. Honor from Reese, Honor from Chloe. Reading United. Yeah, you got it right, both of yous. And West Ham, you said West Ham as well. Katie Stellan, definitely. Yeah, you thought what I thought. Dad said Golden or Honor. Sorry, Maya, you're mine. Sorry, Maya, you're mine. What? Honor. It's obviously Russo, joking. Honor, Zellum, to behave. Toon, Russo, Maya. Good choices again from everybody. Reese, yes, behave 6. No to Ireland, but we're not having the female McTominay in this team. See Maisy Case. Maze nose ball. Okay, fine, we can have the female friend playing. You made a joke about my future wife. Oh, no, Vincent. I'm sorry I've hurt you about Katie Zellum. I'll put her in the bench option for you, Vincent. United Women doesn't have a thread. You know, based off personality, our Fred would be Fuso, but I think based off the midfield, if you're looking at each midfielder, I don't say we probably have Fred. Because Bo Reese is like our Bruno. Hayley Ladd is like our Casemiro. Katie Zeldon's like our McTominay. Ella Toon. I couldn't even say how I describe Ella Toon, to be honest. Don't want my women McTominay playing that, so okay. Yeah, don't worry. She's not in. No female McTominays in the team. Maya is my player of the year. I get your choice of Honor. Fuso, nice shout. Bruno is obviously Ville. Definitely Fred is unsigned. So we've only got 2 more positions left. Ella Toon is Van der Beek. The thing is with Donny gets injured, whereas Ella Toon doesn't. So she rarely picks up. She rarely picks up injuries. So we've only got 3 more teams: Tottenham, West Ham, Reading, and we've only got 2 more slots to fill. So we'll just have to see how we do here. Ugh. Oh, Tottenham. If, for instance, Daly wasn't there, Beth England could have been there, because I think Beth England has been by far the best player of the season. So I can't pick Beth England because I think she's been magnificent. Ashley Neville, she plays as a fullback, and again, she has been very versatile this season, moving to the winger role to try and get her chances in the England squad. Not worth bearing in mind. There was the Arsenal player on loan, but she hasn't been used, which I'm pretty surprised at. So I'm gonna go with the most obvious one because she's been very versatile as well. I'm gonna go for Drew Spence because I think for me with Drew Spence is she she's moved in different positions as a midfielder, as a striker. She came from Chelsea, and I think for me is she has played a lot of games for Tottenham, and I say she's probably more consistent than not, in my opinion. So I'll go for Spence. Food is the combination of many players, Rashford and Bruno, Francois Lumber, Vincent Robert. I've been oh yeah, it's about your bag. Hope gutted for you, Vincent. To be honest, about your bag, but it's terrible that you've lost it. Ella Toon is Ericsson. That's a good shout. That's a good shout actually. That's a good shout, Ericsson. This is Tottenham. Called it again. My dad has said Beth England. Reese has said Neville. I've ordered a new iPhone lead as well. Just need to get the little bag. If I phoned up, I won't get anywhere. It's crap, isn't it? You should be getting more help. Beyonce FC, Tottenham, pit lead for Spurs at the best WSL. Oh, don't even go there, Julio. Don't even go there. The guy wanted to make the WSL a closed league. He's nowhere near. Right, I'm leaving out. You know what? Here you go. Here's what I'm going to be doing right now. There. This is how I'm feeling right now about Daniel Levy. Levy out. I want him out. The greedy man. Greedy man. What? No, Beth England. The only reason why I couldn't have Beth England is because I've got Rachel Daly there. Otherwise, I would have had Rachel Daly in the team. I mean, I would have had Beth England there as a striker. So I had to negotiate based off the positions I got left, which was a midfielder and a centre back. And to be honest, it was hard for Tottenham. Handball negotiation with Levy and holding Harry Kane hostage. Yeah, here's another one we're going to do. Levy out. Levy out. Free Harry Kane and Beth England. Levy out. Free Harry Kane and Beth England. Let them come to United. Bring us both strikers, and I will be very, very happy indeed. Donny van der Beek will explore options in the market in the next few weeks as he could leave Man United. Ooh, he loves the club and Ten Hag, but wants to play regular football. Ooh, you what? I want to seriously, like, you're getting me happy with saying this. So I don't like. I want to believe what you're saying right now, and this is making me very happy by reading. Oh, it's true. Ooh, it's true. Oh, I'm very happy at that. Look at that. Oh, Fabrizio, you've made my night. Donny van der Beek will explore options on the market in the next few weeks as he could leave Man United. Donny loves the club. Donny loves the club. Donny loves the club. And Ten Hag, but he needs and wants play regular next season. Told he could be ready for pre-season after a long injury. One, right? Let's just say how it is. One, I'm gonna say number one. Why does he deserve to be in the starting 11? Even despite his injuries, he's been crap. He has not performed for me that he should be a Manchester United player. Two, I genuinely don't think he's cut out for the Premier League. I think he should be moving abroad altogether. Back into the Dutch league, maybe. Go to La Liga, go to Serie A. I'm not too sure, but I just think for me, it's the best option overall. We're not going to get our money's worth. Nowhere near that. I think we'll probably get 20 mil at best. And it just helps us at the end of the day in terms of the transfer market. So thank you so much, Donna, for wanting to leave. Maisy are gonna be shameless and make Maskin a manager of the team. Leave it, lol. Is tired of women's skinny jeans. United District, I retweeted. Yeah, it's true. Oh, I'm so happy at that. I am very, very happy. If you ask me, they need to make the league a little bit bigger. I actually really agree with that, Vincent. I do agree that I think the league should be a lot bigger because at this moment in time in the WSL, looking at the table, there is 12 teams. So I think for me, do it to 15, right? I'd say 15 teams and then do 2 promotions, 2 relegations, and the second place is like a playoff between second and third. That's what I would personally do. But I completely agree, and I think a lot of WSL fans will agree is that the league definitely should be a bit bigger. Need 16 teams, in my opinion, same as the SPFL. Funny enough, do you think we'll keep Sabitzer? From what I've been hearing, I read it. I heard it today from Damish that Manchester United are a bit 50-50 whether to keep Sabitzer or not. My personal opinion, I don't think he will stay. As much as I think a couple of games he's played well, I just genuinely think for me with Sabitzer is too injury prone. I think as much as 20 mils a bargain, you need to be very smart with the money we've got. And I just don't think Sabitzer's a smart option for me. As much as I like him and he was getting better, I just don't think I don't think he's the right choice, unfortunately. Donny's got to go. I really do think so. And the thing is, right, I said it ages ago. He's not cut out for the Prem. He's not cut out to be a Man United player. And then I was told I had an agenda for it. So, well, Tenag's agree with me now. This is why I said we need 3 midfielders. Won't get much money on Donny. Exactly 20 mil at best, I'd say. Leipzig should definitely sign Donny. Yeah, let Leipzig sign Donny and let Reese suffer with him for more. Bunny Mays, unless you pay buyout clause for Beth and Kane, United ain't getting them. Well, it's just I've got to be like some kind of realism. Donny won't get signed anyway. He's too old. Won't get more than 2 midfielders. I don't think so either, to be honest. I think we'll just get the one. He should go back to Ajax. From what I've heard, I don't think Ajax wants him. So I think if he was going to go to anywhere, it'd probably be maybe PSV or Feyenoord. But I think probably the best bet will probably be Italy or Spain, in my personal opinion. Donny to Milan. Yeah, let him go to Milan as well. That'd be a good choice. 16 in the WSL with 3 relegations. Oh, I like that. Wow, number. But then I'd say, in my opinion, the what's it called? The championship will need to grow bigger as well. Then, if that's going to be like to 20 teams, maybe, and they need to become more professional. He got injured a long time and was Jan Loan signing. Exactly. That's why I wouldn't do it. Me and my mate Shay saw him at Wembley on Wembley Way. That's great. That's really good, Vincent, to get a picture with him. Donny can go to Warsaw. Mount not very good at defending. Yeah, he isn't the best at defending, don't get me wrong, but I just think we need that kind of creativeness in the team, not just Bruno anyway. We'll finish off with the final player. Final team, and it's Reading or West Ham, so I'm hoping it's generous to me. I just like to hope, but it's Reading. It's Reading. So the team that I would struggle the most with is. So I've got to pick up a centre back now for Reading. To be fair to Reading, though, they haven't leaked that many goals, so maybe it might not be too bad. Reading. There's Diane. She doesn't really. There's Diane there. I don't know where that Brooke plays. I feel like she plays in defence. Jade Moore's come, but she plays as a midfielder. I'm just going to be you know what? Let's go with the Yes United player. I'm going to go for Diane Caldwell. Let's do it. Add Diane in there. I can't think of any. If you want me to be honest, I'm not going to think of any Reading players off the top of my head and think they're fantastic. So I'll just go with Diane. Reading, I am the master. If you say so, Reese. No, but Shay did. Okay. Might have Shay to see the picture. Chloe's gone for Diane, and my dad said, don't know anyone from Reading. Yeah, so here's my team using just one player only. So it was a little bit of a challenge. But I think we probably just got there in the end. So my 11 is Leipzig, McCabe, Horton, Caldwell, Honor, Park, Missy Bow, Spence, Rachin, Daly, Robinson. So I think for me it was quite tricky. Don't get me wrong in terms of getting each and every single player. Especially when it comes to the end and I had two difficult teams to come out of. I think it would have been a lot easier getting West Ham because I could have said Parker, I could have said Sissoko, so they would have been much easier choices for me. But Diane Caldwell put the ex United player in, and I'm happy. Fair play to you, Mays. You stuck at it the whole way through, and that was tricky. It was very tricky indeed. I will be doing another one again next week for the Premier League one, the exact same way. One player per club at random. I think that one might be a little bit easier for me, just knowing at the fact that there's 20 teams. So I know that there's going to be 9 teams that don't get in. Whereas this one, I've got to have a lot more knowledge of all the other teams. So hopefully I could get away with it a little bit more when it comes to the Premier League one, because there's 9 clubs that don't get in. So confirming it now too. Mays is my official director of football. We'll sign Paulinho then, and then I'll consider it. With that, I will wrap it up. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It is a little bit different compared to what I usually do. So hopefully you did enjoy that. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. I will be next live now on Friday. I do have a transfer show. So I'll be talking about all the latest Manchester United transfer news, incoming out and outgoings, because there's been a lot of transfer news at the moment. And then on the Sunday, I will be doing my player profile episode 2. And that will be with Hannibal Menjaba. So that'll be very interesting, especially knowing that we have heard for Hannibal. Maze, have you heard about the Anthony news? I have, and if it's true, I think it's very disgusting. Who you gonna name manager of your team? You gotta say Mark. I gotta go. I'm going Carlo Ward, Vincent. Sorry, Carlo Ward. I'm gonna be picking. So yeah, thank you all for watching. As I say, hit that like and subscribe. We'll see you Friday, 8 o'clock for the transfer news. Take care, everyone. Have a nice night. Bye bye.